doubling down on stupid. California has been a leader in climate policy going back to Ronald Reagan. 1967, Governor Ronald Reagan established the first tailpipe emissions in the United States of America, created the California Air Resources Board. 3 years later, a president by the name of Richard Nixon, another Republican, codified California's leadership under the Clean Air Act. Never in the history of the United States of America has there been a more destructive president than the current occupant in the White House in Washington, D.C.
Then why doesn't all states have these emission rules? Why is it that only certain states, specifically California, have these rules that you have to do all this emission work? And you know, when I first moved out to California, I thought it was more about them just being tree huggers out here and, you know, just wanting the air to be cleaner because it's California and you want you know, the skies to be clear so you get better blue skies and everything looks fantastic. But as I, you know, became bi-coastal, and I realized that I'm paying a lot more over here in California for smog certification and all these other things when it comes to my vehicles, I started to have a problem with that because, of course, I'm not paying that over in Indiana. I'm not paying it over in Kentucky. So it just made a, you know, just grinded my gears that we here out in California are just being forced to pay an additional amount of money for vehicles that we drive just because Californians or the Republican people he's talking about decided that they're going to add another charge to us. And what for? To make the air cleaner? Because if it's really about making the air cleaner and making the people safer, then wouldn't it be in every state?
He's trying to recreate the 19th century. He's a wholly owned subsidiary of big oil, gas, and coal. He's quite literally reopening coal plants in the United States of America. He's received close to $500 million in campaign contributions. He asked for $1 billion. Look it up. In return for basically eliminating all regulations in the United States of America. De facto, he just did that yesterday with federal regulations and the endangerment finding. It is code red in terms of American leadership in this space. Low carbon, green growth. And I know a thing or two about this. I represent the 4th largest economy from a GDP perspective in the world. And we ran the 4th largest economy last year, 9 out of 10 days on 100% clean energy. 2/3 renewable energy. We've seen our GDP grow by 81% since 2000, and we've reduced our greenhouse gas emissions by 21%. 7 times more clean energy jobs than fossil fuel jobs. We're proving at scale that we can implement, we can compete, and we can dominate. But Donald...
Where are these jobs at? What field are these jobs in? Where are we seeing this growth at? I mean, I'm just seeing lots of people losing their jobs. I don't see any growth. Do you see any growth in the, you know, the greenhouse gas emissions situation? Where's their growth? Where's the jobs at? Are they talking about smog facilities? More people who are out there to fix your vehicle when it doesn't pass smog? What are we talking about? I don't see the growth that we're talking about. I don't see the jobs that he's talking about. I don't see any situation where, you know, getting us back to a situation where people can, you know, afford to have a vehicle and not have the regulations that are forcing them to pay extra thousands of dollars. Wouldn't that be better for most people? Because if there's jobs out there for this, I'm just not seeing them.
Trump is trying to turn back the clock. And so we're showing up, but we're also showing what can be accomplished, the power of emulation. We are in the great implementation in my state. Final word. I hope, if there's nothing else I can communicate today, Donald Trump is temporary. He'll be gone in 3 years. California is a stable and reliable partner in this space. And it's important for folks to understand the temporary nature of this current administration in relationship to the issue of climate change and climate policy.
But Governor, many have called Many have called Joe Biden the climate president, but that didn't help with his reelection. So how important do you think climate issues will be back for the 2028 presidential election?
Well, you may not believe in science, but you got to believe your own eyes. I mean, people are burning up, choking up, heating up. We have simultaneous droughts and floods, historic wildfires. You know, maybe.
Yeah, we did have a historic wildfire out in Los Angeles, and they didn't have the water supply to help put it out. And that lays at your feet, my friend. I mean, we're talking about things that the state of California controls as the state of California, and you're trying to blame those things on Donald Trump. Now, you know, I don't think Donald Trump was the one who started the massive LA fires, and I'm definitely sure he wasn't the one who didn't make sure that they had the water supply to put these fires out to make it less of a massive destruction that it was. I mean, it's just, you know, it's the biggest thing that I hate about politicians is they just tend to pass the buck and try to blame other people for things that in reality you should control.
Little about California. You've seen those images of these wildfires. Talk about being as dumb as we want to be. Places, lifestyles, tradition, being wiped off the map. Greenville, you know, Paradise, California.
That's your fault.
And so this issue has been brought home in a very personal way, not a political way. And Senator Whitehouse is here. He's also someone that deeply understands that climate risk is financial risk. It's becoming uninsurable. This is an economic issue, not just a moral issue. It's not just a competitiveness issue. And so it's incredibly important that we talk in those terms to address some of the political dynamics. But it's, again, something we're on the other side in California. It's a big blue state, but also has more Republicans than most Republican states. And we have long moved beyond the partisanship on this issue because there is no Republican thermometer, there's no Democratic thermometer. There's just reality. And people in my state have been mugged by reality. Those that have been in denial understand that we're on the other side of the debate.
So, you know, and that I agree with him on that last part. I mean, you know, we have been they have been destroying us. But I mean, it's both parties. It's Republican and Democrat, and it's all of the politics that goes over us when it comes to pretty much everything, specifically climate change or, you know, specifically about this situation. We're talking about the deregulation that Trump went through for, you know, and it's more about, you know, when it comes to, you know, the smogs and what it did is it opened it up for more automakers to be able to sell more cars because those restrictions stopped certain vehicles from being sold because they didn't meet the standards. Those restrictions would keep certain vehicles off the roads because you couldn't smog them correctly. These standards are going to allow some people who have vehicles that don't meet those regulations to be able to drive vehicles again. And that's what I think Trump was trying to do, was to deregulate these systems because they were not only a financial burden for most people, but it was causing a lot of problems in the U.S. automotive industry. Not allowing them to sell certain cars, not allowing them to build certain cars, and not allowing certain people who have certain kinds of cars to be on the roads. Now, we know this to be true here out in California, but it's not true everywhere. And that's the whole thing. How is it that people in California are suffering under these regulations, and places like Indiana and Michigan are not suffering under these same regulations? I mean, we're talking about making the world fair for everybody. And the fact is that the people out in California are being gouged left and right for different reasons. And one of those reasons is the regulations that we have when it comes to emissions and all other things when it comes to clean air regulations and greenhouse effects and all these other things. We are being gouged out here in California. We kind of to some degree we accept it. We accept it because we live in California and it's absolutely beautiful and the weather's always great and we're not dealing with 3-4 feet of snow and we're not dealing with you know, horribly, well, not me, But we're not dealing with horrible summers where it's 102 degrees, not here in Central California. Other parts of California, y'all get that, but we don't get that here in Central California. So that is the massive benefit that keeps most of us here in California. But of course, we're not billionaires, so we don't have to worry about no massive billionaire tax that California is laying on its billionaires that Gavin Newsom put forth. And it's running billionaires out of here. Now, I'm lucky I'm not a billionaire, so I ain't got to worry about no horrible billionaire tax. But I have a lot of friends over in Pebble Beach who are moving their homes and their businesses to Texas, to Florida, because all of the massive regulations that California puts on us that hurts our pockets. So when we talk about this situation, I'm saying that the deregulation that Trump did, I need to do a little bit more review, but as far as I can tell, it's a good thing for U.S. automakers, and it's also a good thing for people out here in California because it eases your pockets when it comes to all the bills we pay when it comes to these regulations. So we definitely want clean air. We definitely want, less smog in our skies, but we just don't want it to come out our pockets so heavy like it does. And I think that's what Trump is trying to fix. All right, guys, this is Chris Surratt. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Car Concierge Show. Please hit a like, share, subscribe. Hit me in the DMs if you have any questions, and I'm out. Peace.